to another week of our Children's Focus at St. David's Church. I hope you're all having a wonderful week as we are preparing for Christmas. This is the second Sunday of Advent, Peace, and we are also talking about John the Baptist. So he's a pretty interesting guy, and he was a little bit different and odd from what people were expecting. So I'm going to read the story about him, and then we'll come back and chat. From the Spark Story Bible. John the Baptist. John was an unusual man. He had lots of hair and a long beard. His clothes looked like his face. They too were furry and hairy. His clothes were made of camel's hair, held together with a leather belt. John ate strange foods, including wild honey and locusts, a kind of grasshopper. Yuck. God gave John an important job. His job was to tell people that Jesus was coming and help them get ready to believe what Jesus would teach them. John knew the things Jesus would tell people were the most important things in the world. When he taught people, John stood by the river and yelled out, "Hey, all of you, tell God you're sorry for your sins. Turn your life around and act in ways that are good and honest." Then he would turn to another group and shout, "Are you listening? This is important. Jesus is coming. He's the Messiah. He will save us all." Day after day, John continued teaching, preaching, and crying out so people would listen. Many people came to hear what John had to say about Jesus. There were rich and poor people, honest and dishonest people, nice and not so nice people. Some people listened to John. Some people didn't. Some people said, "That man must be a messenger from God." Some said, "He is really odd. I'm getting out of here." Many people believed the message John told. Those people said, "I am sorry for my sins. I want God to forgive me." To each John said, "God does forgive you." He baptized those people in the river. The people started calling him John the Baptist. John the Baptist had done a good job. The people were ready to hear the message Jesus would bring. That is a really neat story about how John the Baptist prepared the way for everyone for Jesus coming. He was so excited about Jesus coming, and God gave him that special task of going out and preparing everybody and getting them super excited that Jesus was coming and to listen to what Jesus had to say because he's the Messiah, God's son. Now, interesting fact, John the Baptist was actually Jesus' cousin. And as we learned in the story, he was a little odd. He wore different kind of clothes. He ate some strange foods. Not necessarily honey though, because honey is not a strange food. Except, maybe, did you know that honey is actually bees' spit? Because that does make it a little strange when you think about it. But it's really yummy anyway. And eat it. It's so good for you. So he prepared everybody. He got everyone excited that Jesus was coming. That's what God asked him to do. And God actually asks all of us to be excited and share our love of Jesus and God with other people. But that's really, really hard to do. And sometimes we don't do it very well. And I know it's sometimes scary and nervous to tell people that you love God and that you believe in him. But there are simple things we can do to share the love of God and the love of Jesus with others. Sometimes, and I'm not even doing it right now, I should be, I wear a cross necklace. It's just a simple way to say, I believe in God. And it shows other people that I believe. I have a bracelet too that has a cross on it. That's really beautiful. Sometimes I get to say I work at a church. And that opens up some really neat conversations with people who are like, "Ooh, I go to church," or "Which church is that?" or "How can I become a part of that church?" And they're just simple ways of telling people that I believe in God and shouting and sharing that he is a part of my life. Now at Christmas time, it's really interesting because a lot of the stuff we talk about in big society is that Santa Claus is coming and we're all so excited about that, or we talk about presents and we talk about all that big stuff and we forget to talk about the fact that Advent and Christmas is all about Jesus coming, and that's so exciting. So what is a way that we can share the exciting news that Jesus is coming while we get excited about all the other traditions of Christmas? And I thought a simple way we could do that is actually with a Christmas card. And it kind of ties in with this week's Advent theme of peace and sharing peace and love and kindness. A Christmas card is a really simple way we can add and share with our family and friends that we believe in God, that we know Jesus is coming, that we are so excited Jesus is coming, as well as sharing in the holiday spirit. So this one says Joy to the World. It has a beautiful angel on the front. Sometimes you can get cards that have nativities on it. Inside this has a really little statement about God coming. It says, let every heart prepare him room and heaven and nature sing. So it talks about getting our hearts ready and excited for Jesus coming during Advent. So I'm going to leave you guys with a Christmas card in your Sunday school kits this week, and I want you to make up a card for somebody and send it in the mail sharing that Jesus is coming and Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a great Christmas season and sharing and spreading some love out there. So that's something I want you to do. I've also thrown in a couple, I think a crossword and a little coloring page just for fun. I hope you have a great week. I hope you are taking time to breathe and focus on the excitement of the Christmas season, and giving yourself time to reflect and prepare for the ways that Jesus is coming into your life and making a difference. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.